Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you're notified of when we upload new video content, which is always going to be on a regular basis. Be on the first to view, first to like, first to comment, first to share, and all that good stuff there. Alright, so basically, this is a review and a reaction on Self-Made. In fact, let me get the full details of the actual thing. Give me a second. Alright, so basically, yeah, it's called Self-Made, inspired by the life of Madam C.J. Walker. And this is actually season 1, which is very interesting. And the description of it is the inspiring story of trailblazing African-American entrepreneur Madam C.J. Walker, who built a hair care empire that made her America's first self-made millionaire. So this is season 1, and it features Octavia Spencer as Madam C.J. Walker, Tiffany Addis as Lelia Walker, Blair Underwood as C.J. Walker. But yeah, I mean, overall, I don't want to make this video any longer than it should be. From what I understood about the movie literally watching it afterwards, and I was watching an interview with Madam C.J. Walker's great granddaughter, Lelia Bundles, which is interesting, right? Before I get into that, basically I watched the interview with her, and she said that this movie is actually it's not a biopic, but if you want the real story, read her book. And yeah, so the interesting thing was, because she said it's a Hollywood version, basically. That was it. Yeah, so from understanding it's a Hollywood version, now I get it. I understand, and I get the difference between a Hollywood version and a biopic. A biopic is where you are expected to see like 100% of what actually happened. Even if it's not 100%, there has to be at least 99.9% accuracy. You understand? So, and that's always going to be difficult when you're just going by words or you're going by historical evidence. Like this, if they're here and they're alive and other people involved in their life are still here and they give their accounts and they give their account, the person they're filming about, then yeah. But obviously there's always going to be different sides to the story anyway. You understand? So it can be a bit touchy. You understand? Well, because some people can be raw, open and honest, and some people can't. Yeah. About themselves and others. So it is what it is. But other than that, I understand this is a Hollywood version. I would give this movie literally 10 out of 10. And here's why. I'll give it a 10 out of 10 simply because it touched on a few things, right? It touched on marketing. Yeah, from a business perspective, it touched on marketing and negotiation skills and networking. So I respect that from that respect. Whether you're a man or a woman, you can most definitely be inspired and motivated by this movie. Yeah, but I still strongly recommend to go get that book. In fact, I will put the link to the book in the description box below. So make sure you go get that. But yeah, also the other thing, even though that didn't really go down in real life, the battle between Addie Monroe versus Madam C.J. Walker, at the end of the day, Annie Monroe, but they changed her name to Addie. You understand? So that's how you get around by, not. It's not. I don't want to say get around it, but anyway, you change names, you change certain characters and all that stuff there to do what you need to do, innit? So yeah, there was the colorism that was going on. So, tackling that. So you have to respect that, the fact that they mention that, because at the end of the day, you need to see it as well. That's one thing talking about colorism, on social media or whatever platform you're on versus seeing it on screen. You understand? And when you see it on screen, then you're like, oh wait, you've probably experienced something similar, either you being the perpetrator or you being the victim. You understand? So now it's a thing of, okay, well, you know, me as a man, it's like, okay, I know what I can do, or I can figure out ways to try and solve this problem. All right. So, what else is there? So, there was the other thing that I didn't really like, but it is what it is. Was the fact of, you know, Tiffany Haddish playing Emilia Walker, right? I don't know the real truth about it. I need to actually read the full book. But seeing that she had her lesbian moments, that lesbian moment, that was a bit weird for me to actually see. It was weird because I'm like, did that really go down like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, did it? You see what I mean? So, like, when you're first watching it and you don't know that it's supposed to be a Hollywood version and it's not supposed to be a biopic, then you get a little bit thrown off. But when you do realize it is a Hollywood version, you don't necessarily get thrown off because it's like you understand that that alphabet community, they run Hollywood, innit? It is what it is. And so yeah. And also Emilia Bundles, she's part of the team in it. Like, it was based on her book of her great grandmother. You understand? And if she believes that her grandma was partly a lesbian, then who am I or who are you to say otherwise? You understand? Like, you have to put it into context. So, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I get that the movie overall 10 out of 10, but if this was a biopic, I would give it probably 2 out of 10. Yeah, but then again, I would need to read the book. So I might just have to read the book again. Well, not read it again, but read the book, like Emilia Bundles' book, and then come back to this, watch this again, and then do another review. I'll probably do it that way. Because at the end of the day, I want to give a fair review, and I don't want to just say, oh, it's this or it's that, if I don't understand what's going on. You understand? Now, there's some people that have given their reviews and they read the book, so salute to that person or people there and that do that. It is what it is. But anyway, listen, to solve all these problems, there was other issues in there. There was sexism in there. What else was there? There was a lot of problems that they dealt with in there. Like, the whole thing of, you know, black people coming together as a community and building up. You understand? And yeah, there's levels to it. There's so much levels to it. So it can be overwhelming when you understand that there's a lot of things that they dealt with in that movie. However, one thing I recommend, if you click the link in the description box below where it says become a member of the Akib Ulan Trust, you will get access to online courses such as roles and relationships, and that's where you're going to learn how to develop yourself as, you know, if you're a woman, you develop yourself as a pure feminine woman, and if you're a man, you develop yourself as a thoroughbred alpha male, plus learn exactly how relationships actually work. That's in that roles and relationship course. But then on top of that, you'll get access to healthcare. That's the other thing I'm going to talk about, how she actually died. I don't know the full specifics of how she actually really died, but she what the fuck? Nah, this is why you need to be very careful with the words that come out your mouth and the thoughts that are in your head. Yeah, I just said the word died. Yeah, and I see a notification from someone who actually said something along the title saying died. What the fuck? See, this is why I strongly recommend you click the link in the description box below where it says become a member of the Akabulan Trust, because then you'll be able to get access to online courses. Like I said, one was to do with roles and relationships, but then the other thing I was going to talk about was healthcare, because, you know, there's detailing with consuming the right nutrients for your body and all that good stuff there. But then on top of that, you get access to online courses such as career and business, and that's where you're going to learn exactly what your personal mission on earth is. Because there was this thing where Lydia Walker, she didn't really know what her thing was, what she was passionate about, because obviously her mom wanted her to carry on the legacy, but you know, she didn't. It's not that she didn't want to. It's the fact of she didn't feel that was for her. She thought something else was for her. You understand? And so you have to understand what works for you, and you can, you know, there are ways of you. If you want to be a millionaire from it, you can be a millionaire from it. It just depends on what you do and how you approach it. Yeah. But anyway, and yeah, so because that's the other thing I'll talk about. Because I think she had like kidney failure or something like that. So there's these problems that still persist today. That's what I'm talking about. The problems that they discuss in that movie or that goes on in that movie are still going on today. So the only way to really solve them, yeah, the only way to really solve those problems is it starts off with you. Like, no joke. They say charity begins at home, but it's more or less the education, the right education starts with you. And then you're able to implement the right knowledge, and it just has a domino effect within your immediate circle, within your immediate family, because you attract certain people in your life and things start to change and evolve and all that stuff there. But anyway, if you got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss in our videos, leave that in the comment section below. And remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.